Ron back here with another video here on Ron Brown's YouTube channel, and we have the DJI Avata 2 here, and we're going to take it up for our, kind of first real test flight today. And I'm going to do a screen recording and try to show you what I'm actually, doing, in the app, in case anybody's kind of new to the, the Avata series. If you had the Avata 1, the Avata 2 is much of the same thing. There's a few extra things in there, but not a whole lot's changed. So again, come from the Avata 1 to the Avata 2. You'll be fine. If you're coming, if you've never flown any Avata before, there is a bit of a learning curve to get started, but not a big learning curve. I mean, it's very intuitive. You'll pick things up, especially using something such as the Motion 3 controller versus a traditional stick-based thing you flew with most of your camera drones or even other, non-DJI FPV drones. So, we'll be going over all that. And sorry, today, it's kind of the middle of April here in Margate City, and the whole town is noisy. Everybody's landscaping, power washing. I got helicopters going overhead. This is a very noisy place in the spring, and also windy. I mean, I had such winds that I could not even fly the drone the first couple of days I have it, and now I'm gonna call it the hurricane winds have gone down, but it's still just a constant sea breeze. So I hope the audio is good here, and of course the drone's going to be affected by this. This is much better than the Avata 1 in the wind, but still it's not up there with drones like the Mavic 3 Air 3 series, which is kind of just cut through the wind. So we're going to have to keep it kind of reeled in here on the flight here today. Not going to go that far and that high because of the offshore wind breezes. But hey, enough of this, the talking and whatever. No further ado, let's get right into the first flight of the DJI Avata 2. Okay, Ron back for a quick interlude here. I do not have any ND filters for the drone here, so you won't see any motion blur or whatever. Everything's going to be super razor sharp. The shutter is going to be, going crazy high, high speeds here. So, again, they weren't, DJI's filters weren't available the day I put the order in. I guess people say they come and go. I guess if you check every hour, you can find them, but they're hard to get. So I'm waiting for like some third party, SD card makers to have them available for 2-day prime shipping on Amazon.com, and I'll let you know when I do get some, and you can kind of do a review of that or whatever. So just that, and again, now we got dogs barking again. It's crazy noisy here. I'm also going to film in 4K 60 frames per second today. It comes out of the box usually 1080p 60, but we're going to bump the 4K 60 today. You should probably always use this in 4K 60. So yeah, let's get started. And now we're doing a screen recording. So you can see if you're using the Motion 3, it can be like a pointer to all these features here. So I did turn the screen recording on here. I'm recording audio on the DJI mic too. So here's an enhanced video. If you hit that, you see how it kind of blues things up. I don't know if that means anything on the final output, but it sure looks good in the screen. So we'll leave it on for you folks here. They have head tracking here, which you probably won't get to today. That was on the Avata 1. Here's share live view of the mobile device via Wi-Fi. That's new to this drone here. Probably not going to get to that today. Easy Acro, we're going to try that right away. That's a thing most people are interested in. And goggles defog, that's sort of self-explanatory there. That wasn't on the Avata 1 or the Integra goggles or anything, so this is new to me here. You can got a brightness control over here. It's plenty bright to me, so we're not going to worry about that today. Okay, so to get rid of that, I think you just, you click the trigger once on the Motion 3. I'll show you that, another part of the video here. At the bottom, you can, you got your camera settings here now. You can, I think it has to, I guess you have to have the drone in flight or something like that or whatever. I have the drone on, but not in flight. So I guess that's why I can't change those. So click that, make that go. And then you have this settings over here where you got your status, remote ID, normal, album. That's, something, you look at what you've recorded in your video. Transmission, you hear this is broadcasting if you're showing to a device and all that stuff here. Focus mode, channel mode. I'm not sure what focus mode is, and audience. We're not doing any of that today. Settings. So here you have your safety menu. I got my max out flight altitude 197. turn to home 164. No limit on the flight. Compass is normal. I mean calibration, compass calibration, IMU, goggles, compass, and IMU are all normal here. So we're all good over there. So let's see here. Go back here again. Control. We're using the motion controller. You can use the DJI FPV controller 3, which I do not have. Gimbal speed pitch is normal. That's fine. Gimbal calibration. If it's off, you can do that. We don't need to do that here. Turtle mode, in case you need to flip over. It comes out of the factory, in beginner mode. So you come down here to turn it off. Goggles tutorial. Going to show you that later on, so we don't need to see that now. So let's click back out, get out of this menu. Okay, so we're ready to take off here. One of the nice things about the Avata 2 is that it takes off much nicer than the first one did. You can hit the orange button on the goggles controller twice, and that'll arm the motors. Then you kind of hold that button again, and the drone lifts off. But used to be at that point, the drone was on its own or whatever. If you moved the motion at all, the drone was moving around. Where now you have to like click the trigger in like a notch, a little bit to actually activate the drone's movement. So kind of hard to explain if you've never had the Avata one. If you know what I'm talking about, this is kind of like a nice new feature of the new, Motion 3 drone, whoever's, responsible. And this little thing goes away as soon as the drone takes off. So if you're worried about that, yeah, it goes away. So let's go ahead and take the drone off and get it in the air here. Now, again, I'm going to show you where you set the video, but I guess I can't do that until I take off here. So again, we're going to take off here. So just hang tight there. Oh, we're already recording. I have set the auto record at the beginning here, so you've been looking at the feed of Lucy too here. So that makes it even better. So give me a chance to put the drone down on the deck here, and go ahead and take it off by using the DJI Motion 3. Just remember to take your lens cap off, of course. If you have filters, if you got them, put the ND filters on. We already talked about that. So okay, we're going to hit the orange button on the right-hand side twice. That arms the motors, and then I tap it again and hold it a little bit. Now the drone will go up and it'll stay locked in place. So if you want to do all this with your goggles off, fine, and then put your goggles down once you make sure that you have it in this position, that's fine here. So, and when you want to move it, you just push that in just a little click, and then it starts flying. So that's a handy feature. So, okay, here we go. Okay, you see the right-hand side there? I have it up like 18 feet in the air now, going forward. Normal flight mode as opposed to sport mode. I mean, we're not going to do any Acro today. We don't have that controller. So I'm going to kind of go out here to the, the dunes here, so I'm not bothering anybody. Now fly over the dunes. I say I don't bother me because nobody's allowed on the dunes. So that's kind of a safe spot down here. So I'm going to go just a little bit higher. And now I'm going to pause it here, and we're going to go in and look at our camera settings. Okay, so I can't change the camera settings because I am recording. So I'm going to end that recording. Okay, let me go forward and try a flip. Oops. Okay. Oh, look, we did it. There it was. Can you fly along and do a flip too? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, you gotta watch that brings your height down. Oops. So let's get higher here. See, I got the high wind velocity too. Okay, let's try like a roll. Wow. Wow. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's try it. How about we high enough backwards flip? Oh yeah, there we go. We're flipping and rolling. Oh yeah, we're flying like a real FPV pilot down here. So that's easy Acro as far as the flips and the rolls there. Let me try the 180 drift. Oops. 180 drift. Okay. So let's be high enough here. And see, you keep flying backwards, so make sure it's no buildings behind you or whatever when you're doing that. So let's try it again. See how you keep flying backwards? So I'm flying in the middle of nowhere, so that's not a good effect per se. But you know, say we were flying, you know, towards something. And I'm flying real slow because I'm in normal mode, but you can't do this in sport mode. Say I'm flying towards Lucy. I would do it the other way around. All right. Okay, so that's 180 drift, and I don't know what slide is really, but we'll try it. Slide doesn't really do anything. I guess just slides you back and forth. I don't know. All right. I'm going to get out of that right now. And here's something I didn't try before too that I want to try here. Okay, I'm going to get out of this by pausing the drone again with the yellow button, whatever that yellow button's called. Okay, we're out of easy acro now, so we're back to normal flying here. Now I want to go down here again, and I want to go over to pictures. I wonder if it takes better pictures than before. This video is interrupted here by Ron Brown from the future, and unfortunately, screen recorders hate me. They've hated me since I did them on like the phones, and now they hate me doing them in goggles and smart devices. But what I'm alluding to is here, I had a whole screen recording my first flight. I took you through all the menus. I flew up and down the beach like I do in all these kind of introductory videos for a new drone. Did my whole routine. Had all these, again, great stuff I'm showing you on the screen recordings, what I'm doing and settings and so on. And the screen recording quit right after I did the Easy Acro thing. I got a bunch of audio that I recorded independently on the DJI Mic 2, but of course no recordings, no screen recordings to match, or no video to go with it. So this is, unfortunately, this is the end of this my first flight. You know, all screen recorded, showing you you know, all my you know, what was Marcus say? I stumbled through that first flight, learning all the settings, whatever. It's good. Again, I can never, you know, have any luck with consistent screen recordings. I lose as many as I have, and you know, and that same day I did this, I went to another location and flew. The screen recordings were all fine. And of course, I didn't you know, narrate them, and they're just screen recordings with no audio, whatever. But and I wasn't trying to particularly show anything on those. But of course, when I don't want a screen recording, I get it. So anyhow, I hope you got anything out of this kind of a, you know, shortened maybe 10 minutes the beginning of the flight here. Hope it helps somebody that's a, you know, like a beginner here. And I will you know, go out and do a second flight, you know, with it, where I you know, do the screen recording again, and hopefully I get it next time, where I show you kind of everything I do in the menus and settings, and you know, best practices and, you know, whatnot. The only thing I can salvage from this you know, kind of first flight is, like, of course, I did record to the memory card, so I will put together a little collage of you know, flight footage of what I got from that day. Kind of just to start out in the 10K 60 that it was set up. I eventually turned to 4K 60, so hopefully I got some, you know, good quality video to show you folks. But I'll put that in another video here rather than tackle it here. And you know, just gonna end this you know, kind of a video going wrong here by the you know, the screen recording. I don't, you know, it probably was, I'm not going to blame the goggles or anything. It was probably user error at some point, but I mean, I don't know where I go wrong. I mean, I'm not hitting any stop button or anything that I know of, and it just, you know, cut off right when I got done. It was doing great until I got done that Easy Acro, and then nothing. So yeah, I got no explanation. But and how, if you want to know how the screen record, I don't know if I showed you that in the video or not, but you have to put an SD card in the goggles. It's right kind of above the nose, the slot, and you know, then
you can pull down from the top, and they vary. On the left hand side there's a record button. That screen recorder, it doesn't record to the the drone's camera. That's on the memory card. That's a screen recorder, and there's a way to auto start it too, or whatever. So maybe that messed me up too. So maybe. But I don't know. I don't know if I tapped anything and it just stopped. So again, probably user error, but I'll never really know for sure. So anyhow, but we will attempt another flight as soon as the weather gets good. Unfortunately, as I think I said on live show, the spring, people think, oh, it's spring. Well, spring is the worst season to fly a drone for me down here at the Jersey Shore, because spring is the windiest season. So that get that rare combination of the sun's actually out, because here, when it's cloudy, it's not like cloudy, say in Florida or someplace else. Just this one big gray cloud takes over everything. It looks like it's night during the day. You rarely ever get those beautiful broken clouds that you see in a lot of people's videos. So when it's cloudy here, it's just too dark to fly. So again, but you get that, you never get that perfect storm, or very rarely get that perfect storm if the sun's out, the wind's not howling like 35 miles per hour, and so you can actually get a decent flight. And so I missed my window. I had that good day, and I didn't get screen recording, so probably another week goes by before I get another opportunity to get out there. But I will, and in the meantime, so I will put a little collage together of some of my best video I got from the during his first flight with the DJI Avata 2. I'm predicting already drone of the year. So we will see you on the next one, folks.